All right, what's up, guys? So, I saw this tweet some time ago. This tweet's kind of old, but yeah, I saw it some time ago, and yeah, it's one of those tweets where I'm like, there's some people that's living reckless, and I'm like, man, this is definitely one of the worst things that you can possibly do as a pastor. But anyways, or just overall, if it's everybody that's at the church, like that's behind this church, if they're doing this and they support this, then I'm like, yeah, you guys, I don't know if y'all gonna be going to heaven, all right? But anyways, but yeah, the tweet reads out: a Christian church is trending online after they announced that they're selling plots of land in heaven for $100 per square meter. The pastor says he spoke to God and he was granted permission to do this. They have already collected thousands of dollars, and the fact that people are actually supporting them and sending them or giving them money and stuff, I'm not going to say anything disrespectful, because this is church related. But to those people, it's like, come on now, really? That's something where it's all like, outside of this church, you should already know that you can't buy no land in heaven. There ain't no such thing as buying land in heaven. All right, so that's why I'm like, it really confuses me that people seen this and they truly believed it. And that's something where I'm like, yeah, cause my mom, she's very religious, and it's something where I would love to hear her opinion on this whole situation, because I just know it would be funny. But anyways, to the people that's at this church, like behind this church and stuff, and you're doing this to people, that's something that you're gonna have to live with for the rest of your life. You might have thought that God spoke to you and told you to collect money, from people to have them buy land in heaven, but that's something where it's like, you really gotta sit down and think about it. You're scamming people. Like, you might not have thought of it, but I'm thinking of it. You're scamming people. There was like one of those like community note things though right underneath that tweet. Let me see what that community note was. There's all like the Iglesia del Fino de los Tiempos. I don't know. I don't know what that is. That's a different language. But anyways, is a satire evangelical church that mocks grifting pastors on Facebook. All their posts are exaggerations. E.g., having, so it's like, for an example, having big boobs is Satanism, calling women ribs, or women shouldn't ride horses. So it just sounds like that church, they just got some weird stuff going on. But anyways, but it's like, why though? It's just all the different things that you could do in your spare time and just throughout your life, and it's like, that's how you want to go about things. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's just, and I just remember this one TV show, good show, by the way, but there was this TV show called Preacher. And I remember, I think it was in the first season, where they, like, all these pastors were believing that they were the chosen one, but as soon as they started, like, speaking like that and talking like that, they just blew up. And I'm like, the show was wild. It was a crazy show, but it was entertaining, though. Like, yeah, it was about, like, a preacher. He had, like, a voice, because it was, like, I can't remember how, because it's been a while since I've sat down and watched that show, but yeah, it was like, it was a preacher. Yeah, he would, like, the preacher, of course, the main character. He could, like, tell people and control people what to, do. He had a vampire best friend. It was such a wild thing, that show. But it was a good show though. It was one of those shows where I still think about it till this day. It was on AMC. So yeah, if you guys are, I guess, because if you guys have like a subscription service through AMC, yeah, you can. I think the show might be on there. I don't know, but anyways, but yeah, it's stuff like this where it's like, fam, you should honestly have that church shut down. It's like, really, because you're scamming people, and that, to me, it's like, that's not fair to those people. It's like, you're manipulating them with their religion, and that's not cool. Like, that's something where it's like, you honestly have to sit down and think about that. It's like, is that Christian? Like, no, it's not. All right, so you manipulating people that badly, and I know people are gonna be all like, oh, if they dumb enough to pay for it. Yeah, but that's the thing where it's like, you got a person that's like, they're really into their religion, where it's like, yeah, they hear some stuff like this and they're thinking like, oh, well, it's gonna be bad. Like, yeah, it's like there's, like I'm saying, there's people out there that's being manipulated with their own religion. And so yeah, I just think that that's messed up that you're doing that to people. I ain't gonna blame the people. I'm gonna blame the people behind this church for doing it. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That church deserves to be shut down. I'm like, no, you don't need to have no platform. You don't need to have no church. Give that church to a pastor. They'll actually do something good with it. All right. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, and peace.